Hello everyone, hope all of you are having a very pleasant day. So today we are about to discuss dictionaries and sets in Python, right? So first of all, let us see what are dictionaries. So dictionaries are used to store data in a key value pair, okay? Keys are always unique within the dictionaries and values of the Python may or may not be unique. Keys are unique but value of the Python may or may not be unique. And values within the dictionary can be of any data type. Whereas keys are immutable. Keys can be either strings, numbers or tuples. Okay. Always remember that keys can be either string, numbers or tuples. Okay. Now let us try to create a dictionary. Let us see how to create a dictionary initially. So dict is equals to, and for dictionary we use these kind of braces. As I told, keys can be either string, numbers or tuples. So I am using here number, okay, number, and then I will mention here value. Value can be of any data type. So I am just mentioning here solid, comma 2, okay, and I will just mention here any value. Solid institute, okay, I am just mentioning this solid institute, okay. Okay, just remember one thing, keys must be only a single element and keys are case sensitive, okay. So if the same name is either uppercase or lowercase, those will be treated differently, okay, in case of dictionaries, right? So this is one dictionary I created. As I told, keys can be numbers, strings or tuples. So let me use string also here. Dict is equals to, I will use braces, and let me write here something as name, and then I will be mentioning again something as Charlie Magni. Charlie Magni. Let me mention here age, and age I want to put 67, okay, and that will be within quotations. So here at the above, keys are numbers and at below keys are strings. Keys are numbers above, right, and below keys are string. Values can be of any data type, right? So this is how you can create a dictionary, right? Now let us create an empty dictionary. Dict equals to these braces. Now create a dictionary with integer keys. Apple, banana, and let's put here cherry. Now dict equals to, let's use mixed keys, like mixed keys in the dictionary, in the sense, for example, if I want to use one as, okay, let me write here one, and let me mention red, okay, and then let me write here something as name, and then mention Divya. And now just try to let us print also these dictionaries. Like for example, dict, enter, print, fruits, print, so you can simply see it has printed the required dictionaries. One read and name. So fruits and dict, and this print dict is also being printed, right? Now let's remove this stuff and let's mention here a dict is equals to braces, name, for example Ravi, and age 32. So it is with key value pair, and I want to print the value for this particular keys. Okay, ID, age, and phone. So phone is the key which nowhere exists in this dictionary part, and ID and age do exist, so it is printing those values. So this is the value, this is the value, and then the phone which key doesn't exist, it's giving error, right? Now, let us initially create one empty dictionary, and then let me add elements to dict. Like each element will be added one at a time. Okay, so I have created initially an empty dictionary, and let me add dict to it. That is 1 is equals to James, Zia, then dict, dict. And just run and see what happens with this. So what is happening here? This is one is the key, and I'm just assigning this key a value James. Then 2 is the key, assigning the value Zia to it. 3 is the key, assigning the value Jack to it, and then I'm trying to print the dict. Initially, I just took a empty dict, and to the empty dict we are adding the elements to it, and each element is being added one at a time. Now, for example, if I want to modify this existing entry, how to do it? Dict 2, I want to modify and give a value to it. Anything can be given as, for example, let me give as apple. Now if I want to add a nested key values, how to do is that? If I want to, for example, add a nested key values, so first let us see this. Okay, then later we will see that. So I have just modified the second key. Okay, second is the key, 2 is the key. I'm modifying the value for this key. Let us see what it gives, whether it gets modified or not. So yes, you can see initially the key at 2 was Gia, whereas now the value at this 2, which is the second key, is apple, right? Now for example, now do this. I just want to change the value at 4. So now initially I have to do it. Now just do it. So you can see the value for the fourth key is being added with these multiple values. So even you can assign to a single key multiple values too, but the key will be only a single element. Okay, the values may be multiple, but the key will be only a single element. So you can see the new key, that is 4 is being added into the dictionary part, and the new key holds multiple value. Okay. Now for example, if I want to add a nest, like I want to create a nested keys, I want to add one more dictionary. One more like a dictionary into this. How to do that? It's like a nested dictionary or some nested dictionary type. So 5 is equals to nested key values. So let us see how to do this. I will just put nested here. Okay, and I will keep a colon, and then braces will be created and one will be there, and this is cherry 2. So you can just see there is one more dictionary into this particular, right? So at 5 we have one more dictionary. Okay, let me, oh sorry, This braces you can remove. This is giving you extra braces, right? And this much is enough, I guess. Now run and see. Okay. Let me do this then. And now run. So you can just see at fifth key, this is the value which is being added. Right? Now, for example, this is a dictionary is equals to, now let it be 1 James, and then this is 2 apple, now let me just delete this, delete dict 4, and now print dict. So you can just see what is happening here. Let us run this and just see what is happening here. So the fourth key and value is being removed. As I told, delete dict 4. So 4 is the key in this dictionary along with its value. So that is being removed, and the leftover ones are being printed as an output. Clear? Now let us consider, let us remove this. Now let us do iterating the dictionary in Python. How to iterate a dictionary in Python. So for that we will be using for loop. Okay. So let us see initially, for example, dictionary is equals to, let us use the braces and we will be mentioning 1, and let us write here James, comma, then 2, and write here apple, and Jack, then comma, just mention here 4, and do this banana, cherry, comma, kiwi. For x in dict, right? Print x. X is the element, so each element will be iterated in the entire dictionary, and then you will see it will be printed. So you can see that each of the element is being iterated here. So this was why the values are not being iterated, only the keys are iterated here, because this for loop is used to iterate the keys in dictionary. Now what happens if you want to iterate the values? How to iterate the values in the dictionary, right? Let us see that. This is the for loop to iterate the keys. Now we will try iterating values. How to iterate the values? Mention here dict x and just see whether this iterates the values or not. Initially it was used to iterate the keys. Now let us see values are being iterated or not. Yes, the values are being iterated, right? So this is how you can iterate the values. Initially while printing only x, we have iterated the keys. When you printed here dict x, like dictionary of x, like for each element whatever the value it is holding, then the values are being printed. Cool enough? Now let us see, if I use dict dot items here, then what happens? And if I just wanted to print x, what happens here? Let us use this items function and see what is the result or output it gives. So it gives you both key value pair kind of, right? Key value pair kind of, when like all the items are being iterated and they are iterated in a key value pair, right? Now if I want to iterate values method, and try to run, then what happens here? Only values are being iterated. So there are two types to iterate the value. Either you can print dict of x or use values method to iterate. And items method will iterate both the pairs, like key value. And if you just type simple for x in dict print x, then only keys will be printed. Cool enough, right? So here you can just see, so here in the dictionary part, okay, you can simply see here there are multiple dictionary functions which you can use to retrieve length, then string representation of the dictionary. So these are the different functions which you can implement, and these are again different methods. In the dictionary item, we have tried this items part, okay. items part, and so items part, what it does, it returns the list of dictionary tuple pairs. Okay, then it has others also. Okay, and यहाँ पे क्या है? Now for example, now let us move to sets part. Okay, sets part in the dictionary. Let us see what happens when we use sets. Okay, so how to create a set. Initially we will see that using set function, how to create a set. So set is also created using braces itself. It can be created using braces also, right? So let us do something like even is equals to 2, 4, 6. String num. String and num combination. This is how you can create a set. Okay, set is also created. Dictionaries are also created using the braces. Set is also creating using a curly braces. But in dictionary we have key value pair, whereas in set we have elements, simple elements. So let me write here 1, and I may write here 2 and 3, right? So this is a set. This is how sets are created. Print string num, and just simply run this. Two, 4, 6 and 2, 3, 1, right? So now let us see what is a set function. Okay, so we will implement set function right now, and let us see what is a set function initially. So what is the set return type for set function is like empty is the number of arguments is given, otherwise set takes iterable. Set function, what it does is set takes the iterable as an argument. So string, list and dictionaries, these are iterable, so you can pass them inside the set. You can pass string, list and dictionary in the set, right? String numbers and what we can pass tuples. So in the dictionary we for the key value pair, for the key we have seen that we can pass string, numbers or tuples, whereas for the set you can pass string, list and dictionaries because they are iterable. So set returns the set of frozen set object. If there is no input passed as an argument, empty set is returned. Let us see set with method is equals to set. Now within the set, this is the set function, okay, and within the set we are passing a list 1, 2, and I will just mention here drone. Okay, and after mentioning drone here, print set with method. Set with method, and it is being printed. Okay, so you can see what is being printed as an output. A set is being printed because the list got converted into set. So this is a set. What we passed in the set function was a list. Okay, this was not a set. What we passed in the set function was a list, and that list got converted to the set in the output. So it is denoted by curly braces. Cool. let us print these sets. Okay, what is the set? 1, comma 2, b equals to 100, comma 200, comma 300, and c is equals to Python. What is happening here is, so we are having 1 and 2. Okay, so what is happening here is set A. While printing set A, we are printing only 2 and 1 is being printed here. 2 and 1, like values are being printed here, right? Then because about A is a dictionary, B is a list, so in list got converted to set. How the dictionary got converted into set is, we are using set function while printing. So the dictionary, when it got converted into set, only the values are printed, not the keys, right? And for B, the entire list got converted into the dictionary with all its element. And for string, okay, when we are trying to convert string into a dictionary, we see all its characters got separated as an element of the set. All the characters of the string got separated as an element of the set, right? So this is how, like, the set function is used to convert strings, list and dictionaries. String, list and dictionaries. Cool. So you can just clearly see that this won't work. Okay, this my set one will not work because uh, you can't enter any mutable object inside a set. In a set, you can't insert any mutable object. Like list is a mutable object, dictionaries, and set also. Set itself is a mutable objects, because set function property is elements are immutable. Okay, when you use set function, okay, so you can't enter list or dictionaries into it. Okay, whereas when you enter a set tuple kind of a thing, when you enter tuple, it works. If you enter tuple, okay, let me do it. This was not working, so I'm just making it, commenting it out. Whereas when you enter a tuple, it will work. And let's see what it gives you. It gives you 2. Right. Now let us do this. Add items in the here you can see that when we have created one set, and when we try to add a new element into that set and then try to print it, it is being added 1 2 3. Initially it was only 1 2, then the third element got added. Okay, we were just trying to add a new element into the set. Okay, that we were trying to establish. Now for example, if I want to use remove discard methods in the set, how to use it? Let me create a set initially. Set is equals to, I will write something as 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay, I have created this set. Okay, and now I want to print out this set. Print set and enter. Now let us do set dot. For example, if I want to remove any kind of an element from it. Okay, so remove one element is 3, right? And then print out the set. There is no 3 element present here. For example, let me remove the element 8. Okay, and now run. Let us see what happens, what we get an output. So initially our set was this, and when I remove the element 8, it got removed and rest other elements are being printed. Now for example, if I want to use, instead of remove method, I want to use discard method, and let me discard 8 from this and then print. What happens, let's see. When you discard 8, again it will discard the 8 element and it will give you rest other elements in a set. So what does remove do and what does discard method do? Remove removes the element from the set. If the element is not present, it will throw an error. Discard element removes the element from the set. If the element not present, then the set will remain unchanged. Okay, so if for example, when we use remove method, if the element is not present, it will throw an error. For the discard, if the element is not present, set will remain unchanged. It will not throw an error. Right, for example, let us try doing this. For example, I want to discard 10. Okay, and let us run. What happens, whether it gives an error or see, it didn't give the error, it just printed like whatever the unchanged set was there. Unchanged in the sense that the set which was previously there, it remained as it is. And if I use remove, what happens here is if I remove 10 and try to run it, I just want to check what exactly happens here. It throws an error. So remove and discard has this difference in the functionality when we try to implement it in the Python. Now for example, let us try these operations with a set. That is, for example, if I write set 1 equals to, let me mention something as Maruti Volkswagen Ford. Let me write here set 2 equals Audi BMW and Ford. Print set 1 and set 2. Let us try to run this. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to union these two sets and I want to see what is the output. So when we try to union these two sets, so either we can use union operator or union method, and I just want to union these two sets. So you can clearly see both the sets are being unioned, right? and the values which were repeated or common in both the sets, it has printed only one time. It is not printing double, two times. For is not being repeated in both the unions. Now let us try intersection. So when we use intersection, okay, let us try this intersection. So let us do set minus 1 minus 1, and this is the difference. So set 1 minus set 2. Set 1 minus set 2 in the sense, only see when you are printing set 1 minus, this is intersection, okay? Set 1 minus set 2. What is happening in intersection? When B is subtracted from set A, that is set A minus set B, we say that in resulting set, all the elements of set B will be removed from set A. Okay, so you can see that all the elements of set B, yani set 2, are being removed from set A. So that is Ford was removed because these elements were same, those are removed, and set B elements are also removed. Only set A elements, which is left over, unique elements, were printed, right? With the difference, this difference also same thing happens, set 1 dot difference set 2. And when we try to vice versa, what is happening is, from the set 2, all the elements of A and the common elements which existed between set 2 and set 1 are removed, and the rest of the elements from the set 2 is being printed. Clear? See, you can see the difference here using minus operator or the difference method. So this is a part of intersection. Okay, this is the part of intersection. Print A is to B. And print So this was used to print the symmetric difference. Okay, so it is 6 and 6 basically, right? If I just try to remove this and let me print what it prints. This prints 3, 6. So this is a symmetric difference. This is being executed to find out the symmetric difference between two sets. Now let us see what are frozen sets. So frozen set is the set that is immutable, supports all the non-modifying operation of a set. Operations like add won't work in case of frozen set. Like non-modifying operations it will support. So that is called as a frozen set, which cannot be changed. Let us try this frozen set part. Frozen set is and print A, and then here is a dict is equals to name. So name is this, and then I will print Python. Okay, and then it will be type. So frozen set was frozen set is a method, and it builds an immutable unordered collection of unique elements, and this is a list within it. Okay, and this is a frozen set function, and I'm just trying to print it. So it has printed this frozen set, and it was converted to what? Converted to a set. You can see brace bracket, not a list kind of a square bracket. Again, the second thing, frozen set dict. When I tried to print this dictionary into a frozen set, what it is doing is it's only typing the values keys of it, name and type. Okay, name and type it is taking. Okay, name and type it took, right? Otherwise, when we use the set function, right? When we use the set function, let us do this, because we want to see the difference, what happens, because I want to see the difference. 1 is to 1, comma 2, out of this is 2, and let us print So you can see in the set function, it gave the values in the set. In the set function, it gives the values. Whereas in frozen set, it gave the keys, right? So when we use frozen set, we got, while creating a set, we got keys in this. And while using the set function, we used to get the values for the set creation. Clear? Is it clear to you all? Right? Cool. So yeah, so we have discussed today dictionary and sets, and hope it was helpful to all of you. We will be meeting in the next video, where we will be discussing about functions, OOPS method, and exception handling. Cool. That's it. Thank you for today. Let's see in the next session.